So the Air Max 270 is a fairly new lifestyle sneaker from Nike that had a lot of buzz in 2018 thus far, and since then they've actually released a Flyknit version of the 270. But is this version worth the extra $20 for the Flyknit? Find out in this video. Yo, what is going on, guys? Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys this video today and show you guys a comparison between the Flyknit 270 versus the regular 270s, and just show you guys visually the differences between these two shoes, and then my overall thoughts on if it's worth buying the Flyknit version over top of the regular version. As you can see on the box, the Air Max 270 Flyknit cost $170 US. The original version, however, was only $150. So let's go ahead and look at both of these models. They actually changed up quite a bit from the original version and the Flyknit version. If you guys want to check the link in the description, I'll link my detailed review of both of these, comparing the Vapor Max 1 to the Vapor Max 2 for those that are interested. But as for the Air Max 270, there's a lot of differences to both of these shoes. At first glance though, they look very similar, but that's only because the soles and the midsoles are exactly the same. You have that massive 270 air unit on the back, and you can see on this side of the shoe it looks identical, as well as on the soles. So we agree they use the exact same soles and midsoles on these shoes, but the upper is where everything kind of changes a bit. On the original version, you can see it's a mesh upper and it has some pretty big ventilation holes, and then it also has like a hyperfuse type toe guard, as well as some reinforcements here and here. But on the Flyknit version, you can see that a lot of the angles look pretty similar, but it's using a different pattern. And you can see on the side of the mesh where your big toe goes, it was like really fine mesh. And on the Flyknit version, they did like a reinforced Flyknit in that section. On the regular version, they had the black gaps in between. And on the Flyknit version, it looks somewhat similar. But obviously the biggest change is that huge Nike swoosh on the side. The regular version has lots and lots of branding, but it's pretty small comparison. Also on the inside of the shoe, it says 270 across the shoe in big, huge, ridiculous letters. And then on the other one, it says Air. So if you put them together, it says Air 270. And on the regular version, there's just a little itty bitty 270 and a Nike swoosh on the side. There's actually less branding on the Flyknit version, but it's just way more obnoxious. The Flyknit version has pretty much a one-piece upper with exception to the heel tab, but you can see they try to add some dynamic to the Flyknit material by adding a bunch of different patterns within the Flyknit. And on the regular version, they had something fairly similar as well. Even with the mesh, they did a bunch of different variations of mesh patterns. Obviously on the regular pair, you can see a little bit of a tongue cutout with laces, but on the Flyknit version, they actually use fly wire for the laces. You can see the fly wire on the inside of the shoe. It adds a little bit of ribbing on the inside of the shoe, but it's actually not uncomfortable. And then obviously you have the laces. As for the tongue, they both have an attached tongue. And the Flyknit version definitely has more of a sock-like fit because this is way more elastic than on the mesh one. Also on the Flyknit version, you can see it has a leather tab with a softer backing that hits your foot. So moving around to the heel portion of the shoe, the original pair had a padded sort of heel that had a pull tab on it. This kind of separated here. Then you had kind of like a nylon type material for the back that says Air, but they totally changed that on the Flyknit version. They removed the pull tab for one, and then you can see this is made with leather, not the like nylon type material, but it's also fully attached. It's a lot more minimal on this one, and although it looks like it's less cushioning, it actually feels just fine. And for those wondering, the insoles on my pair are actually different too. This has a bunch of different branding, 326 for Air Max Day, Zoom Air 180, and then this one just says Air Max. So the big question, is it worth paying the extra 20 bucks for the Flyknit version? It's tough to say, but if you're just gonna go strictly by fit and comfort, then the Flyknit version is going to be the best choice for the summer. It's absolutely a more comfortable pair of sneakers on feet. As soon as you put these on your feet, there's definitely that feeling of comfort that you would expect from the Air Max 270. Some people didn't feel that in the original 270s, and a lot of people mentioned the fit of these were really snug. And I would have to agree with that. The upper is a bit snug on this pair. As I mentioned, you could probably go a half size up on the original ones. For this one though, I feel like the Flyknit ones definitely run big. I got a 9.5 and they fit me perfect to what I like because I like a little extra wiggle room. You could probably go down a half a size in this one though. So there is definitely a huge variance in the uppers. If you like a softer, stretchy, more breathable upper, the Flyknit version is definitely on point for that. So a couple downsides to the Flyknit version. One is there's just not a lot of colorways available to it. And also, although they try to mix up the patterns on the upper to give it more dynamic, it really just feels singular. Versus the regular version, I feel like the upper looks much more aesthetically pleasing. I wish they would have actually put a pull tab on the back of the Flyknit version because this pull tab actually helps get the shoe on, obviously. So that would have been a plus to actually have that. Also worth noting, I feel like the stability of the Flyknit version is a lot less than on the regular one because of the free-flowing nature of this shoe. But regardless of all of that, because I do like the comfort side of things, I still think that the Flyknit version is definitely a more comfortable daily runner, regardless of support and everything else. If you don't need it for the gym or anything like that, I I feel like this one's definitely the way to go. And for summer coming up, I feel like the Flyknit version is definitely more suitable for weather and just casual wear. I'm definitely still a fan of the regular version, even though I would probably prefer this one. Overall comfort of the shoes, I like the overall aesthetic look of the other pair. And this one's not uncomfortable. It's just if you had to compare them to each other, this one is definitely more comfortable in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Have you guys tried the Air Max 270 at all yet? And have you been considering the Flyknit version or not? Are you guys waiting for more colorways of this? But weigh in the comments, let me know what you guys think about the Flyknit or the regular versions. And thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Once again, if you guys want to see the comparison between the Vapor Max and the Vapor Max 2, feel free to do that. I also have a bunch of other sneaker videos that I post every single week. So if you guys want to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified when I post videos, feel free to do that. And if you guys liked the video or this video was helpful for you guys, hit the thumbs up button, show you guys the support. Much appreciated when you do that. And thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys for some more videos very soon. Peace, guys.